Hola, Héctor. Cuando quieras puedes empezar. La presentación la realizará principalmente Héctor Mendoza, que hasta ahora ha sido el subdirector de Relaciones Internacionales en nuestra escuela. A partir de este curso, Eulalia Gómez es la subdirectora de Relaciones Internacionales.
I think that maybe Héctor is missing, so I can just start.
Vale. Gracias, Eulalia.
Once he joins us, I will give him the word.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, Héctor. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had a problem with the computer. Just a few words. I'm just very happy to see so many people together again in a meeting, in a welcoming session, because last year was we had a lot less incoming students, and even though it was nice to see people, now it's even nicer because we are gathering more and more people. As probably you already mentioned, I'm finishing my my commission of being the Vice Dean of International Relations for the school, and now you have a very excellent professor who will be in charge of this commission, Eulalia Gomez. And I just wanted to say thank you all the tutors that collaborated with us, and you will continue collaborating with us. And since I am tutor for Mexico, I will be seeing each other. We'll be seeing each other continuously. Okay. Thank you very much. And Eulalia, please go ahead. Thank you.
Welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to the School of Architecture of Barcelona. We will show you briefly explain you something, some brief data about the school. We will explain briefly the courses that you can enroll, and then it's up to you to meet with your tutors and finalize the details of each course. The School of Barcelona, of Architecture of Barcelona, it's a very, very old school, founded in 1871. It's the first school that made the university, the Polytechnic University of Catalonia. So first was the school, then the whole university. We are located in this huge building in the diagonal of Barcelona. The building, the school itself existed before, or the studies of architecture existed before the university was founded. We kind of recently celebrated the 200 years of teaching architecture in Barcelona. Last year, or this year, we are celebrating the 50 years of the UPC, the university, the Polytechnic University. As I was telling you, it's a very huge school, so we are always ranking in a kind of very high position in this world university rankings, this QES, that finally end up ordering all the schools and making this kind of more productive or more, let's say, important schools in the world. The ETSAB, in which you are enrolling, is the first Spanish architecture school that appears in this ranking. It's between the 20 best universities in the world, and it's the 7th university in Europe. The school itself, it's made by this amount of people. There are more than 3,000 students enrolled in architecture, of which 2,000 or almost 3,000 are bachelor degree students, and then we have master's and doctoral degrees students, almost 1,000 of them, 800. This is possible thanks to 300 of teachers that we, most of us almost live in the school, and to these 50 service and administrative employees that make things happen easily. The school, as I was telling you, is located in the Diagonal of Barcelona. For those that are still in your country and that are coming to Barcelona the next days, you will easily find the Diagonal in the map of the city. Is this huge avenue that crosses the grid that makes up the center of the city. And it's mainly composed by two buildings, this tall building that faces the Diagonal in this short facade, this one on the floor plan, in which that was the ancient or the first building of the group, and it's where most of the workshops and the studios are held. This building made by Coderc in the 80s, that it's back on the facade of the Diagonal, in which most of the lessons and the theoretical courses are held. It has to be said that it has been newly renovated, so we are kind of starting from, we are doing a fresh start with this building after the pandemic and after a series of refurbishments. And then we have the library that it's located in a position here. It's not on the floor plan, but we can see in the picture on the first term. And then the bar and the cafeteria, that it's the kind of the most crowded piece of the school, and the main classroom, if you want to say, of the school. Because of its position and because this renowned role, Barcelona Architectural School has this international network of partnerships in many scales. So we have in this image this idea of exchanging students, or you are coming to Barcelona. There are lots of students of Barcelona coming and going to your home universities. There are lots of teaching partnerships. There are projects of joint research and faculty exchange with many countries, not only in Europe, but also in the world. This is kind of in a regular basis, but we also have these exceptional contributions or collaborations in international workshops. You can see now on screen the 5 that we have been celebrating this summer, 5 summer schools with Chile, with Belgium, with China. So this idea of extending further than the regular courses, our teaching is kind of the DNA of the school. This has been a bit hard with the last courses, with this idea of the lockdown and the inability of traveling. But as Hector was saying at the beginning, we are kind of really happy to have you finally in presence in Barcelona. The school is also very, very strong in the organization of cultural activities. You will see when you check the schedules of the courses that every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 there's an hour that it's booked for cultural activities, conferences, lessons. Invited professors from other universities come and explain their work or their theories. So it's kind of something that you can book from now on your yearly schedule. We have some collections of texts that professors, teachers, and students participate on, and just sharing with the community their researches or their texts. We have this archive series, this competition in which we are now celebrating in a couple of days the award ceremony of the 2nd edition. You probably will be able to participate in the 3rd edition that it's going to be held this year. So keep in mind that this Department of Culture is kind of really active and will serve you and will help you to complement the regular studies in which you are going to be enrolled. This is a school that we kind of define, or we always talk about it like something that it's in between the technological and humanist approach. So the educational balance between the technology and the humanist traditions is what defines worldwide the ETSAB. So we are in a school in which you are able to enroll courses that are really technical, in which you understand how to build and how to kind of construct architecture and cities, but also you can enroll courses in which the approach has this theoretical balance that helps you to project in this balanced condition. This is a school also special in the world in the sense that not lots of schools have this duality between architectural design and urban design. Students, regular students in the school are for 3 or 4 years, so not in 1st year, not in 5th year, but from 2nd year to 4th year, they are all enrolled to an architectural design studio and to an urbanism design studio, an urban design studio. So these 2 disciplines work in parallel and together in the school. And then we have these very, very strong approaches to the architectural representation, to building construction, to theory, to services, and to structures that kind of feed these approaches of the studios. The school also has the master programs in landscape, in design, or in architecture that also, as I was showing you at the very beginning, host every year international students worldwide. You have this documentation that Alicia, Natalia, and Maria already gave you on how the core courses work. The studies are structured in 5 academic years, in which the first one is just to introducing the basics of architecture and of technique and of mathematics and of physics. So it's like the very, very basic foundations for preparing the next courses. And then we have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th core years, and then the 5th year that kind of students select, start selecting how they deepen in their studies. You can find a graphic syllabus that will help you to understand what we do in each year of architecture. This week we are presenting the studies to the students, to the students, the regular students. So today was 2nd year presentation. Tomorrow we have 3rd year presentation. In an hour, all courses are presented briefly to the students. You can see something here, but especially you have this open ETSAB Instagram page that every year since last year feeds with the, let's say, representative results of each course with content. So you can just browse it, follow it on Instagram, and you will find course by course how they are organized, on what kind of materials they produce and what scales they work on. Probably we will we will do an overview of the courses. I will ask you, I prepare some slides in which I have a screenshot of this open ETSAB Instagram page, but probably if there's any professor of these departments can explain the differences between all the courses. We will start with Architectural Design Studio. I don't know, I saw that Pere Joan was connected, or Ignacio was also connected. I don't know if any of you wants to kind of present briefly or explain what they work on or which skills they work on.
Ignacio, go ahead. Professor Lopez, if you want to start, I'll be pleased.
No, the intelligence is going first, always. Perejuan, please. Come on.
Well, very briefly, I take the opportunity to congratulate our new Vice Dean. So congratulations for your new position, Professor Eulalia Gomez-Escoda. And then just also briefly, as you said, architectural design is running all through the 5 years in our career, starting with a basic approach to the environment in first course, following in second with small exercises, talking about the house, type, structure, introducing this also this construction and this tectonic point of view in that makes our school so characteristic. Then in third year, where I am responsible for the evening, you know also that in all the courses you have mornings and evenings, and you can choose those 2 options. Same objectives, different programs. So mornings and evenings, you have different programs, but also teaching the same content. Then third course is devoted, what I teach is devoted to housing. We start with something that, let's say, it seems easy way to approach. Everybody knows what is how we live. And then starting to introduce there all the complexity of the urban side, installations, history. So all the subjects, let's say, let's go to the center, making this approach more real and more complex. In fourth course, we devote to public buildings, libraries, markets, whatever. No, public building as, let's say, where the structure can be more precise. Well, the situation maybe also is more difficult. So in a kind of progression in the whole career, public building in the fourth course. And in fifth year, a student can choose. So there are several options, 5 or 6 options, also mornings and evenings. And then the student can really deep into more urban parametric design, more landscape. So different options to choose what is the best specialty for the student. And that's it. I don't know, as Ignacio, Karin, there is Pablo also are here. Maybe they can do some addition to what I'm saying. They said. Thank you.
Thank you, Perejuan, for explaining these projectas courses that can be translated as architectural design studios. Just one precision, if you browse on the open ETSAB Instagram, you will find that the talleres temáticos, this 5th year, these thematic studios do not match in title with those that you are able to enroll. This is because the school has changed it in functioning. So we are offering for this academic year new thematic studios and new elective courses. So do not follow the Instagram to know what they are about. It's about just reading the school guide on what they work. This just maybe my advice would be, or all the tutors are going to be able to kind of guide you better because they are going to know you closer. But just an advice is that these thematic studios are really advanced studios. This is the 5th year, so the last year, and this ability to design and this technological ability or this urban ability to read and to manipulate the city are needed for enrolling the thematic studios. So take them as a very advanced, this 5th year design studios. Maybe I insist on what Perejuan said about if Ignacio or Karin or the others, I cannot see the list because I'm sharing screen, but if any other want to add something, if not, we can just pass to the next course.
Yeah, hello. We just had a question. They were asking if students are working individually or in groups. It depends. It depends on what the teacher or the group of teachers establishes. Yeah, so there is not a rule. We have both options. In second course, we combine it usually. Yeah, so that some beginning of a project is done in couples or even groups of 3, sometimes, not always, but usually then the development and the real, let's say, project itself is done individually.
There was, thank you, Karin. I saw also a question that, asking if it's possible to enroll 2 studios at the same time. Let's say that the studios, except for the thematic studios, but the ones from Proyectos 1 to Proyectos 6, they match on days. We always have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So, I mean, it's kind of difficult. Even if you choose one in the mornings and other in the evenings, you are going to have this a huge amount of workload that it's kind of difficult to manage during the whole semester. What students do in the school, they have these 2 studios because they are enrolling in an architectural studio and in an urban design studio, or design it on Thursdays and Fridays, so it's not the same day. You can manage your time, your schedule out of the school to work for preparing these studios. Okay, I don't know, Ocean, if I replied your question or not. We can go further with your tutor. Let's go for the urban design studios. I can explain them. I saw that Miquel Martí was connected at the beginning, also Francesco Miquel, so you can, after my explanation, complement with some comments. Urbanística 1 to 6 is from 2nd year to 4th year. The first year is basically based on the analysis of the city, so on providing tools to the students to work on the urban scale. First semester works on 3 very simple elements in the city: streets, squares and facilities, and blocks and buildings. This course has as a good asset for you incoming students that we work in Barcelona, and kind of a lot of field visits are planned. So it's also a way to learn about the city in which you are gonna live this semester. Urbanística 2 analyzes the city by fragments, but always the whole image of the city. And then when we start with Urbanística 3 to 6, we start projecting in the city. So the analysis that we have learned provides the students, provides you the vocabulary to intervene in the city. Third course is on public space, on design of public space. Fourth course is on urban extension, so on a let's say, very simply and very quickly, in an empty area, how to build a fragment of a city. The fifth course is about refurbishing and intervening in a dense and compact environment, so in transformation of the city. And the sixth course is on urban strategies, so it has a very also advanced component in intervention of the city. As I saw Faida connected now, so I don't know if any of my department colleagues want to add something to these comments. Also, I cannot read the questions that, in the chat, so if anyone wants to read them, if they are related to the urban design studios, you can jump in. If no, we just pass to the next group of courses. Okay, let's go for architectural representation. I think that it's up to Hector Mendoza to explain these courses. Hector, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, hello everyone again. Architectural representation or drawing I think it's very special to mention that in our school, it's probably one of the few schools in Spain that has a graphic course in each level: first year, second year, fourth year, even in talleres thematics or in masters. No, there is always a link with architectural representation techniques. I think drawing is a way of constructing, the ideas, and is a very important tool. And the same as in other departments, the first years is is like the base, the foundations of drawing, and the first year is mainly the soft techniques. We use pencil drawings and architectural representation of spaces that we visit, that we see. We represent what we see. And the second, we use Barcelona as how to say, teaching laboratory. So since we have a very excellent examples of architecture and urban spaces, we use that as a drawing laboratory. So we have a very good group of professors and very active, and we like to mix classes in the school and also going outside. No, we take advantage of the good weather that we have, and also that good excellent architecture pieces that we can go and visit and draw. The second term, we continue with soft techniques. We use those techniques for trying to how to say, use them to understand more the architecture, not only the technique for the technique. We don't expect to have famous watercolors painters or drafters, professional drafters, but good architects that use these tools to get as an approach to architecture, to get sensibility towards architecture. So that's the idea. So in the first year, we can say that we use this. We use our hands to draw, our eyes to draw. It's very important, the relation between the eye, the hand, and the brain. And this is what we work. And in second year, we start using computers, and there is a course in geometry, and then this architectural representation, plans, sections, and more the vocabulary for drawing. So this is second year. And in third year and fourth year, we start using rendering techniques and visualization of spaces. Some professors also use virtual reality. And as the courses go on in complexity, and as students get more used to the study of architecture, and the program is more complex, also the techniques are more complex. So in fourth year, there is also parametric design applied. And in I think it's here fourth year, and there is some taller thematics that there is a relation between architectural design and architectural representation. I think when I don't know if they're going to present it here, but just have a look that this is very important for our school. The same as Eulalia mentioned, that urban design is very related with architecture design, but the same way structure and technology representation also has a very important bone in the structure of the syllabus. And I see there is fifth year there is a representation. Some of the talleres thematics, the thematic studios, they are a very important link on representation. But I think this is plain in somewhere. I think in next slides. And there is also some elective courses run by professors in our department. Eulalia, I don't know if you're gonna talk about the elective courses later. So maybe I stop now. So for I recommend. As you can see, some of these courses, some of them are very elementary, and some of them are have the chance to deepen in some techniques. So just ask your tutor what is best according to what you need. Okay.
Just to add something to reply to this question about the 5th year and the talleres temáticos, all the talleres temáticos that are formulated in this document that Alicia handed you are related to a seminar. This seminar is kind of an in-depth approach to the same topic that the taller temático is working, like in the design side. In the seminario, you approach it in this theoretical or this kind of, let's say, more with an approach that makes an hypothesis or thesis. So it's an idea of building, feeding with theory and with more in-depth knowledge the talleres. So this is where this approach to the representation in the 5th year can be found, right? And also there are a couple of talleres temáticos that are kind of building this idea of the design through representation. Let's kind of take again the thread. As we were saying, we have this school in which architectural studios are in the center, but also we professors always think that the course in which we are teaching is kind of as important as architectural design, right? So it's urban design for me, it's representation for Hector. I don't know who we have from theory and history of the architecture. I think that Carol is not connected. I don't know if there's anyone, but basically this theoretical approach, it's part of this humanistic DNA of the school. We have basis for the theory in 1st year, history in 2nd and 3rd year, and theory in 4th and 5th years. Is there anyone that can explain further these courses? No. History of the architecture just reviews, especially European architecture from the first foundations, or from the first urban foundations till I cannot remember which century, but the thing is that there are a lot of electives that Hector was mentioning that kind of help you to go in depth in some aspects of the history of architecture. I would especially mention for those that are incoming European or worldwide students, the courses on Spanish architecture, taking advantage of this presence of you in Barcelona during this semester. It's a very specific topic that probably you will not find in your schools, in your home schools. And then this theoretical approach that reviews classic texts and classic theories on architecture. This idea of how having this theoretical building is always a tool to fit our way of intervening in the city and in the architecture. We have these very basic courses in 1st year, the physics and mathematics, that kind of help us to be able to follow the next courses on construction and on services related to the installations of the buildings. Construction, I saw that maybe Carlos Marmolejo can explain them better, but construction has this basis for the technique in 1st year, and then 4 core courses that are spread from 2nd year to 5th year, in which you intervene in which you understand from construction techniques to rehabilitation and intervention techniques on the already built environment. I don't know, Carlos.
Yes, I'm here. I had a problem with the microphone. I have to restart the computer. So now I you can hear me.
if you can go in depth, or if you can.
Great,
just
great. So thank you very much for the floor, and welcome to this Barcelona School of Architecture. As Professor Gomez have said, our school is not only intended to provide the highest training on urban design, architectural design, based on a strong historical and also drawing skills, but also it has a peculiarity if we compare with other schools of architecture around the world, that is strong in techniques. I mean, graduated architects going out from this school are able to compete with engineers in other countries. That means that they have a very solid basis, not only in the construction techniques and materials, but also on calculus. I mean, the calculus of the structures and the calculus of the different installations that are required to provide the environment and the different facilities that contemporary buildings have. So our technical department, which is one of the largest in the school, can be divided in different disciplines, ranging from building. I mean, we have different elements to be explained in buildings, from the very basic elements of the buildings, going through in deep to discuss foundations, the different structures. And we have the different type of skills, going to in deep in the 4 cores to cause the different facades, the different involvements we can have. And at the very end, in construction, we have designed a retrofitting course. I mean, since the future of cities is not basically based on urban expansion, but on the retrofit of stress on all the different abilities that students have to be able to see pathologies. So this construction 4 course is intended to discuss how to rehabilitate, how to give a new life to buildings, taking into consideration also the hierarchical and also the patrimonial values of buildings. The second branch is installations. I mean, all the different facilities that contemporary buildings require. And acondicionamiento y servicios, which is split in 3 courses, going from the 2nd course to the 4th, try to give a general picture of how to calculate, how to design, and progressively has incorporated the passive techniques, I mean the passive elements, to provide sustainable buildings, to reach nearly to zero energy buildings. So we can say that the relationship between architecture, energy, and also the use of the coherent use of other scarce resources such as water is one of the main concerns behind the syllabus of these courses. The 3rd branch is structural design. Structural design is intended to provide the students with all the different approaches we have to give solutions to different buildings and using different materials. So the idea is not only to provide how the materials work, but also to calculate. I mean, students have to be able to produce all the computus necessary to specify the executive projects. Finally, this department has a legal department. In this department, all the procedures and all the laws that are ruling the buildings are explained. Within this later legal section, we also have real estate valuations, since in Spain, architects also have professional competences to provide real estate valuations and the analysis, the feasibility, the economic feasibility analysis of buildings. I mean, not only to provide a feasible in terms of technical and design building, but also a building that is able to be built because it is analyzed also from an economic perspective. So I would say those are the main branches of this technical department.
Thank you, Carlos, for this very good explanation. Finally, you will find in the documentation this list of electives. The elective courses have completely changed since last year. So you will find that in this offer that you can see in Open ETSAB, some of them are not anymore in the possibilities of enrollment for this academic year. I was mentioning you, I was talking you about the history of the architecture in Spain, so you can find very specific topics related to the city or to the environment in which you are studying this year. You will find these in-depth approaches, let's say, in different disciplines other than architecture. You can see there's this approach to photography, or this like the cinema. Then you can go for courses that are related to some of the core courses, but kind of make this approach that it's also complementary to what you can learn in the core, like this Camina Barcelona, that it's made up by walking around the city, cities in history, that it's a history of urbanism since the first foundations again till the Cité Industrielle, the Tony Garnier. I took the opportunity to sell you the course. I'm kind of in charge of it. There's also, you can find some of them that are related to trips and to travels. I don't know if Alicia can be more clear on which are still available and which are not anymore in the offer. I also just give the floor to any one of the professors that are now connected here and that are running an elective course to explain their syllabus, or to briefly explain what they are going to work. I see that Bruno Sev is here. I don't know if you want to talk about your elective, or I don't know if there. Go ahead, Bruno.
Okay. Good afternoon. Yes, I would like to introduce maybe urban nodes, also called here in this image in Catalan apunts urbans, or in Spanish apuntos urbanos. I think it's a new way of seeing the city. Basically, it's we go in the streets to urban sketch, but we concentrate directly on a special neighborhood and we meet also with collectives and associations in the place. So we will be, I will be in charge with Zaida Mushi also of this elective course. So if you have also any doubts, you can write me an email. That's all.
Okay, sorry that I missed Zaida when mentioning the elective. I was not kind of in page. Zaida, you also have another elective, right? So maybe you want to explain it.
I have another elective with Jose Maria Montaner in the first semester, that is Architecture and Politics. And in this course, the aim of the course is go deep in the relation between the decisions that architects made in the many different field of work, because architects not only design, they could make a lot of things. So it's trying to show and to go deeper in the different position of the architects, and also in the trying to understand in a more complex way the different situation that we can find in the city and the struggles that usually we have to deal with. So it's a kind of research, and it's a research optativa. Thank you.
Thank you, Zaida. Does anyone else want to share their elective? Okay, so maybe I can just stop sharing screen and we can go. We have been like talking for 50 minutes. I understand that when doing these presentations, there's lots of information just put together, and it's very hard to catch it in an hour. You have all individual appointments with your tutors, so you can discuss it like in a more paced way. But probably we can check the comments that were in the chat. I don't know, Alicia and Maria and Natalia, if you want to clarify some aspects or you want to just correct in some mistakes that I could have made when talking. it was my first time, so sorry for this. But maybe you can, Maria and Alicia, talk, or we can just check the questions that were put on the chat and that we didn't reply on time. Alicia? We lost them. We lost the management. Maria? So
Sí,
let's
perdón.
go.
Pots fer-me la pregunta? És que teníem un problema dels auriculars.
It was about if you wanted to add anything or to amend some of my comments before going to the chat, and I don't know if we can just start replying the questions that were put on the chat. Maria, just if you wanted to add anything to the presentation.
Okay, we can have a look on the chat. What's the questions? So we can reply.
Okay, so let's go from the end. Ivana was asking.
Yeah.
Ivana, no, this is not for Maria, this is maybe for Hector or Bruno, if you know the answer. Which programs do you teach in representation 3 and 4? Do you know, Hector, the software that is?
I think not quite sure, but I think it depends on the professor. There are many possibilities. I think they use V-Ray and this Lumion. Not precisely. I cannot tell you, but I think they are improving every year. They are updating the software, but I think it's visualization. No? I think is modeling with 3D Max or SketchUp and rendering with some plugins, like V-Ray or Lumion. Those are the two I know, but I'm sure they are more advanced now.
Okay, thank you, Hector. Angel was asking something to Ignacio Lopez. Andrea wants Bruno's email. So it's up to these professors to reply these questions on the chat. Las optativas que aparecen en amarillo, the electives in yellow are for this semester. The yellow in the you have the legend on the bottom of the page, means that it's an intensive elective. Some of them are not taught during the semester, but they are taught in January, or some of them are like a trip. So they do not have a regular schedule. They are not in the schedule, but in these weeks in which the school is stopped between semesters. I think with this I reply your question. You can see on the bottom of the page what yellow means. Ocean was asking, I understand that we can enroll in any course of any year depending the yes. So yeah, you can take architectural design for a third year and urban design of second year. So it's not about having the same year, right, Alicia? USTP en B hoy.
Okay.
No hay más questions, no? For the seminar, we will have a different mark, Ariana was saying. For the seminar related to the taller temático, yes, it's a different course. So you have to, you enroll them together, but each course has a specific mark. Are there the projects for the second semester? Yes, they were presented here. Clara Marie Boemer was asking if the second semester was presented. Yes, generally the odd numbers respond to the second semester and the uneven numbers to the first one, except for those that are year courses. So Proyectos 2, it's always second semester, 4 and 6 are for the second semester, 1, 3 and 5 are for the first one. This goes for Urbanísticas and for architectural design studios. For Urbanística 1 and 2, there are no projects. Yes, there's design, but it's very introductory design strategies, especially in Urbanística 1, it's second year. So it's we end the analysis with a very directed intervention. It's maybe more advanced in the second semester in Urbanística 2, in which you have to make up the program and also to pick up the site in which you intervene with a specific, with some specific rules that we professors give to you. I don't know. I think that I didn't miss any question, right?
Había una pregunta.
Ah,
Perdón. Ah, no, es ya ha respondido María. Sí, ya respondí sobre el idioma.
Sí, yeah, okay. Hay cursos de español o catalán. I think that this is UPC. Maybe Alicia o María pueden responder. Valentina asks.
Sí, Valentina, el documento de Arrival Info tiene toda la información a cursos de catalán y español, donde podéis hacer estos cursos y que luego tenéis un certificado. Pero no son cursos que matriculéis aquí en nuestra escuela. Son de externos de otras universidades.
There's another question, Ocean. Thank you for. I, for example, enroll in any Historia course. Yeah, you can not enroll to Historia. You are gonna miss a lot, but it's up to you to combine your courses. So we all have preferences, and you have to wise in the sense that you are in a school that it's completely, hopefully different to the one that you come from. So take this opportunity to explore new ways to approach knowledge. So if you come from a school, Ocean, in which you are kind of, you have lots of history courses, I will say, okay, explore other disciplines, okay? So you are not enrolling to a full course in which you will find that for following the architectural studio, you need to know what they are doing in history class. They are independent courses, okay? There's kind of a common thread for each year, but the courses are completely independent.
Florence said, could you explain again the structure of the second and third construction classes? Because we couldn't hear.
Carlos Marmolejo, can you explain construction 2 y 3?
Yes, in construction 2, despite I'm not a professor or staff within such courses, in construction 2, as far as I know, what they do is to go in deep in foundations. I mean, they explain what kind of foundations do exist, how to construct them, which materials they can use, which is the relation with the line, with the soil where the foundations are. But they do not calculate the foundations. This is reserved for structures 4. I mean, it is analyzed from a constructive process. As the foundations are analyzed, they also analyze the very structural elements. I mean, the columns, the beams, the different elements, horizontal elements, giving rigidity to structures, and ceilings. I mean, the different elements regarding the ceilings. This is basically what is done in construction 2. In construction 3, they analyze basically the skin of the building. I mean, the different layers that have to be integrated in order to provide isolation from the noise, to provide isolation from the heat, to provide stancatity. I mean, the fact that the wind and humidity cannot trespass, cannot condensate. They provide elements also related to the sound protection. I mean, all what is related to the skin of the building, the envolvent, that we say in Catalan, is analyzed in this course. So this is, and it is worth saying that also elements regarding with the public space, the construction of public space, because the intention is to try to produce a kind of joining between the technical courses and the design courses. So there is a relationship between the kind of building you are designing in proyectos, in architectural design, and urban design, and in urbanismo with the technical courses. Also, you have indeed all this information detailed in the Guía Docente. I don't know if they have access to this Guía Docente. Otherwise, I can provide it by means of a link.
They have, Carlos.
They have the information. Okay.
I don't know if Maria and Alicia want to wrap up the meeting. I think that on my side, that's it. But just we are looking forward having you in the school. We are kind of keen of being in the school after 1.5 years being on screen. So it's going to be new for you, also new for all those that have been teaching for years. I just wanted to thank Hector for making this easy for me, and just wanted to apologize to all the professors that were connected today that they didn't mention. Just be patient with me. I will try to improve this ability of managing these meetings. I don't know, Alicia and Maria, it's up to you to wrap up and
yeah.
to this
Thank
session.
you, Eulalia. Just telling the students that if they have particular questions and they haven't attended the check-in meetings that we did the past days, they have the videos. When they can find the answers are many questions that they have asked at the chat. So please watch the videos or come to the office again, okay? And maybe there are some tutors who are attending the meeting and haven't presented them. Some of them have put a Meet link to have another smaller meeting with some of the students. But if any of the teachers wants to say something now, please do it. And also remind that the enrollment will begin tomorrow, and every student has already an appointment to come to the office for the enrollment. So if you are following the suggestion and attend these sessions that will be held at the school the next days about information on the third, fourth, and fifth courses, please don't miss your appointment, okay, for the enrollment. It's important that you come at the time of the enrollment. Thank you. Anyone wants to say something now?
Yeah, sorry, me. I'm putting the link to the meeting that I have with the students from TU Berlin and Yonminku tomorrow again, because there was an orthographic mistake. So sorry, let me paste it again. Oh, it does not work now, and the thing is here. Wait a minute. I hope now it's okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Also, the mistake is in the email I sent you. Just double a dot after the beginning.
So if your tutor has not attended this meeting, you have their email addresses. So any student who hasn't seen the tutor here can contact them by email, okay? And you can tell us if you can find them, we can help you with that in the office, okay? If not, we will start the enrollment tomorrow, and we will see all of you at the office in the next days. Thank you, everyone. and see you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, excuse me. I just wanted to ask if there is a link for Swedish students as well, or is that only for some students?
No, Andrea, your academic supervisor, you should contact by email, the email we gave you, okay?
Okay.
There is no link for a meet, okay? Okay, thank you.
So just contacts and information will come. If it
Yeah,
needs
you can send him an email, okay, and your questions. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.